Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Art House. No beeps for the opener tonight. This is a very serious video. I'm calling it an emergency premiere because something very big and special came in today. Something very unique that you're only going to see at the Collector Arthouse YouTube channel. Just because it's very rare, it's very early stages, and we've not seen many of this particular thing just yet. So what I thought I'd do is have a special feature where we honor and feature the artwork of the amazing Severine Pineaux, one of the great artists of Sorcery Contested Realm. So I'm going to start here on the Collector Arthouse website, review some of her contributions to the game, some of the pieces, the illustrations that she has done for some of the very iconic, most special and unique artwork in the game and cards in the game. And then we're going to go to the overhead cam and I'm going to show you some amazing art and some special cards. All right, so I'm at collectorarthouse.com. I want to go to the Sorcery cards page. And then you see I have this website, if you're new to the channel, very heavily features the artists and the artwork of the game as a really special component and unique differentiator of Sorcery Contested Realm. Many wonderful artists, very different styles, all beautiful, and in aggregate makes for a very special, experiential, and fun experience in this project. So if we scroll down, here's Severine. Great picture of her. And right off the bat, we have the 4 elemental avatars. So initially, I would call this probably the face of the game. Also, the Sorcerer by Francesca Berald is really a focal point, as is Severine's Philosopher Stone as one of the big, powerful cards in the game that many consider the equivalent of the Black Lotus equivalency in Sorcery, right? It's still very early days, but it's one of the most powerful cards. It's a very popular artwork, and it's universally very relevant in all deck archetypes. All right, so the elemental avatars, here they are: Earth, Air, Water, and Fire. So there's 4. These are in the pre-constructed decks in non-foil form, and they're in the booster boxes in foil only. And additionally, we come to find out after Kickstarter that these will actually be exclusive to Alpha. So in the beta release, these will be replaced by new art by Francesca Berald. So that also makes them very unique and special. And really, if you look at just the beautiful style, this is something that I think is very different in Sorcery. You know, it's got a fantasy element, but it's also got this classical element. And as I said before, we have all these different styles: classical artists, fantasy artists, from other TCGs and just from the fantasy art scene. And then you have heavy metal album cover artists. Very broad range, which makes the portfolio of work in the game very special and very exciting for an art fan. All right, so the 4 elemental avatars are a really big deal. We have the beautiful Mother Nature as another unique card, and several big cards, all beautiful, gorgeous artwork, very well done by Severine. And then we have the iconic Philosopher Stone. Now, what you don't see here, and this is because these are the list of cards that are in the tabletop simulator currently. If I go to unconfirmed for alpha, I think we might find it here. Okay, so this might have been from one set prior. So we have Time Stop, and it's not on this page, but I'll show it in a different form. The Key Thera mechanism. Early on in Sorcery, that was known as Predestination, and to come to find out that in Alpha, it's called Key Thera mechanism. So hold that thought. That's another special card from Severine. And then the last thing I wanted to show before we go to overhead cam is the Sorcery behind the art page. Right, so let me show you. Each of these are clickable and have a story with insights from the artist and how they came up with the art illustration concept and direction they got from the creative director Eric Olofsson, also the creator, founder of the company. So you have the Philosopher's Stone. There's a story on that, Predestination, and the elemental avatars. All right, so I'm just going to show one very quickly. We're going to feature the Philosopher's Stone since that's the big one. And you see, I'm going to show these books in a moment. So you have Ysambre. Take a look at these artworks here. I wanted you to keep this in mind. These were some of the inspirational elements that compose the art design of the Philosopher's Stone, right? So you have this eye image, this man here, this creature in the lower left, the philosopher, and then the stone and the Oribus, right? And then you see there's the eye. So these were the sketches for that, right? So these are potentially artist proof possibilities that she might leverage and draw on the back of her artist proof cards for the Philosopher's Stone. And there are also elements you see in the piece itself. You know, the eye in the upper right, this man in the upper, in the upper left, the man in the upper right, and then some of the other decorative elements that kind of make up the composition of the card. And there it is, the original painting. You see her signature in the lower right, the Philosopher's Stone. All right, so there's many stories like this. I'm not going to read through the words here, but please visit the website and enjoy that. And then let's go to the overhead cam and feature some of the wonderful artwork of Severine. All right, so we're going to move the keyboard, and we'll start with the Kythera mechanism, right? So we didn't have that on the website, but this is the artwork from Kythera mechanism. This is, again, this was known as Predestination in the early days of Sorcery. There was a sample card called Predestination. There's only been 2 copies discovered so far of that card. There's 244 additional packs coming through Kickstarter. So we, maybe we'll get lucky and see a few more of those. It was a unique rarity as a sample card, so it is a very difficult pull. So across 244 packs, each pack has only 1 elite or unique, so we may not see many copies of those. So this is an A6 print that I coordinated with Severine, about 50 copies of these, and I gave all of these away. This is my one personal copy. Gave all of these away to Collector Arthouse Patreon supporters. So that's one of the perks, one of the ways I give back. I coordinate with the artists that I work with to do these special prints, and then they sign on the back. This is very nice of Severine to do around the holiday season. Best wishes, Happy New Year, Severine Pineaux. Right? So gorgeous print there. And then, while we're on that topic, so now let's get into some original art, all right? So focus on the overhead cam. Actually, for this, we're going to have to go with webcam because this is quite large. So let me just expand this for a bit. All right. And yeah, I'm a little rough. Like I say, emergency video. So first, let's see if this will pick this up. The lighting's a little harsh, but this is the original sketch of the Kythera mechanism, the artwork that we just saw, right? And I apologize for the glare. I got it in an acid-free sheet, as I still need to frame that one. And let's try to do an overhead cam. There you guys might see it a little better. So I'll shrink myself and zoom out. And that is the sketch that was the early development of the Kythera mechanism, formerly known as Predestination. Look at that. Really awesome and special, very large. So that's going to frame up wonderfully with also still protected in his acid-free bag, the original art for the Kythera mechanism. This is the original painting, guys. And it takes the excitement up a notch, doesn't it? Look at that. Excuse the wires and the beam holding my overhead cam. This is the original painting of Kythera mechanism. Absolutely gorgeous, really iconic artwork. This is my own personal purchase, so it's not for sale. It's something I cherish and will probably never be for sale. I'm sorry. So let's go. Show you from the webcam. The beautiful Kythera mechanism. Again, that glare is tough, guys, but look how beautiful that is. The other thing I wanted to show you about this, now take a look. We're going to go back to the overhead cam view. All right, now look at the orientation of this piece. You see the eyes on the bottom? This is the original, again, mind you. The eyes on the bottom, getting some lag from my computer, and it's kind of inverted from the way it was oriented on the card. Now take a look. This was inspired more so from the card. So you have that, and I'll zoom a little bit, and you see the difference there? It was inverted for use in the card. So that is one of many artworks that were like that. Interesting little nuance. And yeah, it looks great in both ways. You could also see it was a little deeper blue, a little darkened, I think, digitally for the card to make that pop a little more. And it looks absolutely amazing in card form in the alpha set. All right. So we covered Kythera mechanism. Next, I wanted to feature the elemental avatars. All right, so these are embellished prints that I worked on in collaboration with Severine, and I showed these in a live before, so I appreciate you guys that follow the channel regularly. You've seen this before, but these are absolutely gorgeous, beautiful gold embellishments that when you catch in the right light really makes these look beautiful. These are wonderful prints, quite large. This was a very limited set of 10. All were sold. Couple were auctioned and the rest offered through the Patreon. So again, thank you guys for supporting. That was the Avatar of Earth. We have the Avatar of Fire. Gorgeous. Again, a lot of gold accents here. Then when you see this in person, and you adjust the lighting. You see the glisten on the eyes? Beautiful embellishments, very tasteful by Severine. Water. This was the first of the 4. So in the pledge, by order, if you were first to pledge at the top level, you got to pick first. So went in order of backers. This was the very first selected, the Avatar of Water, and you could see why. It's absolutely stunning. Excuse me. And then lastly, the Avatar of Air. And again, you see that glisten in the eyes, on the feathers of the bird, on the butterflies. Gorgeous embellished print from Severine. All right, and now let's feature the Philosopher's Stone. All right, so first, one more elemental avatar. Almost forgot. All right, we're gonna have to explode this a little bit. We'll try it from webcam. I don't think we're gonna have lighting problems with this one because we don't have it covered in glass. This is oil on canvas, the original painting for the elemental avatar. The Avatar of Fire. Look at that stunner. This is the original, 1 of 1, from the Avatar of the Realm pledge kit. There you go. Don't look at me. Look at the elemental avatar. And on the back, as it was commissioned, it says 2019. And there you go. Fire Maiden. That was the initial name. And if you guys notice in the curio card, it's since been discovered, that has significance. And stay tuned, because there's going to be an article feature that I'm working on that talks about the 9-piece curio. On it was the Avatar of Fire, which makes you wonder, could we see other ones with the other avatars? But we see the Avatar of Fire, and I have some stories behind the history there. So now we're going to pivot to the Philosopher's Stone. All right, so the first one was the first embellished print project that I did with Severine, Collector Arthouse in collaboration with Severine. And what she did is she printed the Philosopher's Stone with this entire centerpiece of the Ouroboros digitally removed, and then completely hand-painted the stone in the middle with those gold flakes for embellishment. Looks really beautiful. And then, combining what we saw with the Kythera mechanism and the historical roots of the Kythera mechanism with the Philosopher's Stone, we came up with the Galactic Stone, as Severine called it. Or I called it the Kythera Stone, right? So a beautiful concept, similar type thing, digitally removed in the middle, completely hand-painted and recreated for a different twist on the stone. So really gorgeous. And then getting into the inspiration behind the stone itself. What I wanted to do here for you guys, again, you could have seen this in a prior video, but if you're new to the channel, this will be a first. This is one of Severine's beautiful award-winning art books, Issambre. Beautiful illustrations. You see the inspiration for Mother Nature right off the bat. But I have the page marked for the Philosopher's Stone sketches that we saw at the Collector Arthouse website. And here you have them, guys. All 4 on one page. 2 on one page. 2 on another coming up. Right? So we saw these nature elements. I think I could zoom a little bit. We'll get a slightly better look. All right. Pretty good. Look at that beautiful artwork. And then a couple pages later, apologize for the lag here, you have the key elements of the Philosopher's Stone. The eye from the upper left, the man from the upper right, and I do have a series of these A6 prints, which I, again, am sending these off as giveaways to the generous Patreon supporters. So look for that. Similar message. Friendly yours, Amites, Severine Pineaux. Really beautiful. But you see the correlative elements, the eye from the book, the man on the right, the stone in the Ouroboros, which we'll get to in a moment, and the Philosopher. All right? So several of these left. I'll be sending these out with the box breaks that I'll be doing next week. Look how stunning that artwork is. I love these collaboration projects with the artists, really special. So we have several of those. That we did a print run of 100. There's about 72 patrons at the moment, so we're working our way through. It takes a lot of time to kind of personalize those and get them out. But we'll go to Gothic Fairy, and then we're going to finish strong to show some Power Alchemy 9 artwork. So here you go in her book, and I guess I skipped past the cover. This is Gothic Fairy. This book is in English, the story, and you have this beautiful pendant. And again, you might see some inspirational elements from the artist proof cards where she might paint like the hand with the jewelry with the Ouroboros. She did jewelry like this, which came out really beautifully. And those artist proofs will be coming soon. Round, like maybe she's trying to finish up the commission work on those by the end of June or into July. And you'll see those come available at the Collector Arthouse Discord and the Sorcery Contested Realm community group on Facebook. So again, the end of the book, the Ouroboros with the stone in the middle. Inspirations for what we've come to know in the card. All right, guys. So those are her books. That was her original art. And some hand-embellished prints, which is also a form of original art in a way. A hybrid of art and print. Now, a few very special things to close. First, we have an early version of the Philosopher's Stone, so locally printed from the print and play and signed by one of the earlier developers. So really special, fun card to own. Piece of the history of sorcery. And now, the big moment. Huge. Very excited to reveal a Collector Arthouse exclusive. Something you're only likely to find on this channel. And I want to delicately... It's a special card, guys. It's got to be treated with care. But it's well protected in a team bag and taped. And actually, damn well protected. So let's just enjoy the stone art while I work my way through this. And the early development card to up to ante. And man, I should have worked this before, huh? So I'm going to have to delicately remove this and rebag it because this bag does not want to give. All right. Here we go. So what's going on right now is early alpha product, and we'll reflect back fondly back on this, how early product initially came out in Canada. And there's a frenzy on valuations of artwork. You know, supply is choked, demand is through the roof. And there is a ton of excitement, very high demand for these foil cards that look absolutely stunning. People are very excited about the box openings. And they're chasing the big ones, right? So the unique foils in Sorcery Contested Realm, there's only expected to be roughly 250 copies given the print run and the pull rates that was declared by the company for foil uniques, right? And the number of individual foil uniques in the set. So right here we have one of the most rare cards you're ever to see in Sorcery, one of the most iconic, considered the Black Lotus of Sorcery, a beautiful artwork, a super powerful card, and absolutely stunning in foil. The foil Philosopher's Stone. Look at it shine. Wow. So I'm going to slowly rotate this so we can enjoy it. And you see the tasteful, delicate design choice for this Philosopher's Stone, where the stone is the focal point that catches the shine. There it is. Look at it glisten and shine. So we're looking at it through a top loader and a penny sleeve. So it's a little dusty in that sense. I don't want to pull it out of the card because it's a Pop 250. A super iconic card. Absolutely stunning. The Philosopher's Stone. But that's not all. That is one of, 3 maybe 4 Philosopher Stones in foil that have been discovered to date out of a Pop 250. And here you have, exclusively at the Collector's Arthouse, 2 of those copies. Unbelievable. 2 foil Philosopher Stone. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at that amazing, stunning, gorgeous card side by side. In this case is a little cleaner. So let's appreciate this one for a minute. Look at that absolutely magnificent, stunning Philosopher's Stone in all its glory. We get some shine from the text box and the stamped foil, and then the Ouroboros and the stone just lights up and glows. Unbelievable. Once again, side by side, 2 copies. Very unlikely you're going to see multiple copies in any one place. The full arts, the one and only top card in Sorcery Contested Realm, the stunning, beautiful, magnificent Philosopher's Stone by Severine Pineaux. Thank you guys. Please like and subscribe and share the video. Let me know in the comments what your favorite sorcery card is, what your favorite card is from Severine, and what you're most excited about this game. What are you going to collect? What are your goals? Are you going to go for one of the 250 copies of the stone? Or are you going to settle for the non-foils? It's a hard call. So these sold in the early days, I'll just call it between $1,000 to $2,000 to $2,500, right? So 2 are off the market already, and they're absolutely amazing. Thank you, Severine. Thank you, Eric's Curiosa, for creating these beautiful, amazing cards in this unicorn project. Sorcery Contested Realm, Philosopher's Stone. Take care, everybody. Appreciate you.